day. I just returned from a wonderful day. I took a shopping trip to Draguignan, which is the biggest city in the region here, 38,000 inhabitants. And I connected to the youth department, to the educational department of the city, to direct contact the first person under the mayor, and to the public library, which is a huge place with exhibits, expositions, schools coming, film screenings, and so on. And they are just huge. And they're the center for all the libraries in 13 other towns in the region. And so I spoke to wonderful ladies who are totally aligned with youth leader interests, who are personally organizing film screenings of Demain, of the big progressive movie here in France, The World of Tomorrow, of giving permaculture courses themselves, um, and the ones in the administration of the city agree this should come from the top. We just have to see if it works, but we can go through the teachers, through the library, through parents, organizations, and so on. And now also going to the film screening of The New World, which is about economy, by the National Colibri Movement, as the tourist office told me. The tourist office also told me about the spring of sustainability, Le Printemps Durable, and that I should go to the regional municipality administration something. So I went. It's all just around the corner, and the meeting was fantastic, and just over the counter explaining what Youth Leader does. And I found out that the registration for schools and all the associations for the spring actually only starts in January, and they haven't decided what the whole setup should be. So she's super interested in youth leaders, media, programs for schools, exhibits, interactive things, and so on. So we're talking about working together to bring a youth leader media into schools for them to get involved, prepare for interactions in spring, maybe already present their achievements to the general public, in public, organizing events, activities, projects, sponsor runs, who knows, and coming for trainings here in the Easter holidays. So all this is super exciting, and of course it's a model that's replicable in other regions, to bringing these different stakeholders together. And all you need is to know the youth leader range of offers, from media and methods, services, how we can help amplify public events, how we can contribute to events, draw other users and publics to the events, equip them to then work back at home, in their cities, in their schools, in their organizations, come to a common landscape, contribute, see their own products and creations there, to feel connected and create a moving, change-making organism, a biotope. And so this is fantastic, and besides, I found wonderful comics of my favorite comic book series, which I had about 2025 in Berlin when I lived there, but there was a lot of books that I didn't have in Berlin, and which I have now in the original French version to read. Because everything is based on trust. It's so amazing. Most of the people in the town council are independents. They're not members of a political party. Although the political parties, of course, exist. And they used to be the mayors before, but now it's all independents, apparently, because they say, well, we know each other here. And in the library, me as a still tourist, I can I don't even need to show an ID. I just fill out a card, and they trust me, and I can take as many books as I like and then bring them back. So it's been a fantastic day, and I hope um, that this is a good example for you to follow and to trust in what it's like to invest in youth leader ambassadors, also in myself as the youth leader ambassador at the heart of this movement, here in the geographic heart, Camp Dragonheart, the youth leader headquarters in Europe, and here in this city, which is actually called Draguignan, the city of the dragon, with a red dragon as a symbol, the female dragon of the earth, nourishing the force of life. And everybody knows the place here, Ferme Saint-Pierre. When I was on the bus back, the young people in the bus, after the noisy school kids left, the college kids, age 15, 16, asked me, are you staying at Ferme Saint-Pierre? And I said, yeah, how do you know? Yeah, I see your backpacks with all the stuff. You gotta be from there. And then it turned out after I told them about Youth Leader that he actually lives at the foot of the hill here because um, his parents have got the garage, which is super cool because I soon need a car. And then when the bus stopped, his mom was there, but they didn't take me because he has his driving lessons. But then he said, look, I asked that mom over there, who he also knows, and then I took their car. And then that was the other family living down the hill, the one with the barking dog in the corner. So, and while we were riding, turned up the school kid, college kid that's here at our house, Lisa, and her dad, Bertie, who owns the place here. And so then I swapped cars, I mean, changed cars to join them for the ride up the hill here. And then when I was here, there was all the doves were out, and they were sitting on the 1,000-year-old fountain, and I refreshed myself, and there were these beautiful white feathers, one from the right wing, one from the left wing. So I felt, okay, I earned some feathers today, and in good Gallic tradition, winged helmets. They're not in the back Native American style, but on the sides. So it's been very, very beautiful. Really, arriving in the region, and this has been a total fireworks of surprise. So I hope that you keep investing in Youth Leader, in the camp, in myself, that I can continue this work here, just keeping making a living. Next week, I'm invited to meetings with the town hall people. I will send them things before. Worked on a wonderful flyer in the city today in a beautiful cafe, and yeah, we get the wagon, the caravan next week. Be very busy, and I need some support for the usual things: mobility, survival, eating, a few insurances and stuff. So these are the things for heart-to-heart funding, Director Eric, and the impacts are really precious and enormous. So this has been the impact from just one day, and I hope you enjoy the story, and that I can actually live all this just being myself as a mix of an Australian, Native American, German, French, idealist, planet-loving person. It all works. It's so full of competence and tools and gifts for everybody. We find allies left and right. So I hope some of you will follow my example if you like, if you feel inspired, if you want to see this happen in your region. Um, just get in touch and we'll figure out the first contacts and which tools to use. It's all getting ready, all these strategies and step-by-step methods, who to connect with, what players and what media to give to them, with highlighting what kind of offers. I'm going to produce all that. Thank you for being with us in this wonderful movement.